Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kimone's 2016 Canadian Nationals Masters stream. On the left, we've got Matthew Koo playing a metal deck, and on the right, we've got Eric Schaff playing a Zygarde Fighting Toolbox deck. Now, this is a match we have not seen on stream yet.
No, and everyone's really so far really interested in the fact that Zygarde made it. Like it was unexpected.
Yeah, especially there's a lot of grass in the field. We saw a lot of Buster Quinn. There was also rumors that there's a good amount of Skeptile in the field as well. So the fact that I even got here is also very surprising.
Yeah, he must have just started off with some good matchups and just was able to take the top tables.
Right. Or the other thing he could have done is we see in his deck he does play Focus Sash, so that's something where the Focus Sash does actually help against a decent amount of grass decks, preventing them from getting one-hit KOs. And a lot of decks have stopped putting in ways to interact well with Hawlucha, and Hawlucha can change a lot of things on an EX with Focus Sash.
Absolutely.
So we see here he starts Hawlucha and Lucario, and he gets the Carpink with Safeguard on it. And something that should be noted is the metal deck does not really play too many good ways to interact with Safeguard anymore, as it has cut the Heatrans, and its main form of interaction is with the Bronzongs and the Bronzong breaks. So Carbink is actually a little bit of a problem. We also see a bunch of Regirock, which is going to be used here to just kind of keep his energy safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And potentially get stadiums back, but again, mostly here, keeps the energy safe, can't be targeted, just a nice solid attacker to have.
Sets up with Shaman, starts off at the Fighting Stadium, has a pretty decent amount of damage ready to go with that strong energy.
Yeah, he's going to be able to one-shot a Bronzor right off the bat here with the strong energy and the Fighting Stadium. So he's off to the races already. Starting off the game pretty well here. And now Matthew Q's going to promote a Genesect. And this one thing is we're trying to figure out what's going to be the best way for the Mel deck to actually interact with this deck.
Starts off his round with a Lysander, bringing up the Lucario, attaching another energy to that Genesect.
Looks like Matthew Q has a little bit of a rough start here. He's kind of just Lysandering the stall, and he's manually attaching to this Genesect. So he's not exactly in a great. Yeah, he's going to, Floatstone in, promote a Bronzor, and now he's just going to pass. So he's off to a pretty poor start here. And again, you see Bronzor, he's playing a couple different versions. He's playing the Iron Defense one, what's currently inactive. That one has 60 HP and a 2 retreat, and if you flip heads, you prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to Bronzor. And then the other one has an attack that lets him do, I believe it does like 60 damage if your opponent only has one prize left for like an energy or two. So he does play a split on the Bronzors. I'm interested to see if he plays the Phantom Forces one as well, actually. Because the one retreat on that can be huge, and you can use it as a free retreater if need be.
And that's its big purpose. And a little bit lower HP, but less retreat.
Exactly. And we see Eric hit double puzzle, so he gets back the escape rope.
Yep.
So he's going to escape rope and start hitting this Genesect again, and with the Zygarde EX. And he is going to be doing, I believe, 40, 60, 80, 100, either 100 or 120. I'm not 100% sure.
Definitely not the knockout, but
not the knockout.
Not something Matthew wants to see.
He's going to be doing 120 damage with that Zygarde EX, and this is Matt's not off to a good start. And he does hit an N here, but he's already really far behind here as Eric's got his Zygarde that's pretty well charged up right now and not really in any immediate danger. The big thing here to be worried about is I do believe most of the Meldex do play Max Elixir, so something that could happen is Matt could, if he hits a Melody, he can go swing in for, somewhere between you could swing somewhere between 100 and 170 if he hits a Fairy Belt. And then if he can get some Max Elixirs on that Genesect, maybe he can get through the Zygarde. And the Meldeck and the Fighting deck actually does have some issues getting another attacker going, and that's why he's got the Carbink break in there.
So to get those energies back and try to energy ramp as much as possible.
Exactly. And again, Matt doesn't interact too well with Carbink, so he can make it through his first Zygarde and then survive another turn or two to get another way to set up. But he really needs to start drawing better here, and he needs to at this turn.
And Eric's first turn was just unforgiving for Matt. Like it gave him everything he needed right there.
Exactly. He was able to get a quick prize, apply pressure, get energy on Zygarde, and now this Zygarde could very well just take over this entire game. And we see Matt's gonna go get a Shaman here. He's just gonna set up, it looks like for 4 or 5. So that's solid. And we're gonna see if he can draw something. Again, he really needs he's got the Metal Energy in hand, so he's gonna at least be able to hit this Zygarde EX for a good amount of damage this turn. And he's gonna be down 3 prizes immediately though. And his deck he's pretty far on the back pedal because at the moment, all he's got is this Genesect that is about to be KO'd.
Yeah, and the only thing is after that is a Bronzor. Like,
Alright, so we're going to set up for 4 here. Um, Mainly looking for probably another Genesect here just to get going. Alright, he plays, so you do see Jirachi hit the
okay,
field. Now, that's something where if he's a potential player is if he's greedy, he could try to retreat Genesect and just Stardust and try to, get this Genesect to get a one shot on this Zygarde. But I think you're gonna be better served to just do the damage while you can, and then just hope. Assume you can find some way to charge up an attack. So he's gonna Ultra Ball here again. Oh, he does play Toadin as well as we see an Aegislash, we see an Air Genesect, and that's probably what he's gonna go get. Yeah. Oh, he's actually gonna get a Bronzong here. So he's gonna get a Bronzong and presumably Metal Links to Jirachi.
go for the Stardust stall.
Yeah, that's a potential play. Not sure. Could still have some more stuff he can do in his hand. Let's see here. He's got Veer Seeker, and I believe that's a Fury Belt as well. So he is going to Metal Links to Jirachi. Now the other thing here is by Metal Linksing to the Jirachi, you essentially do give it that free retreat as well. If you chose to attack and then, use Jirachi, yeah, because he could just retreat the energy off and then Metal Links onto the other things. So he's going to Fury Belt with Genesect, and he is going to Stardust. So he's going to force Eric to hit a Lysander and another energy, and that's what he's going to force Eric here to do.
Now, with that though, we've seen a lot of board states switch in one turn, and this one isn't looking too bad for Matthew. Like compared to the last turn.
Eric's got the Lysander, he's got the strong energy, so that Genesect is just going to go down, and he's now got those 3 turns of wasted attachments. And I think he should have just tried to go get our Genesect going. I think he should have just actually done the 160 there, and then try to stream Genesects, and you are the deck that is better and more capable off of ends generally because you have Bronzong guaranteed getting energy back and you don't have to waste an attack with Carbink. So he's gonna go Verseeker for most likely an Eniac.
Yep.
And him to 3, and we're gonna see what Eric can draw off of this. Now he's got a decent routes because again Carbink lets him get the energy back from the discard, so like it's okay when the Zygarde goes down, and that's again Eric got off to a great start, just able to get Carbink on the field immediately. Again, that doesn't interact too well with the safeguarding because his Mel list, like most of the other ones, has cut the Heat Ran, so he doesn't really have a good 90x attacker.
Yeah, Bronzong Break's probably his best one, and
that's not too great.
Yeah,
not too great.
No.
So he's got Genesect here. Now, let's see, we got a Fury Bell. He's got a Battle Compressor. Now, one thing we haven't seen that a lot of the Meldex do play is I actually not seen a Max Elixir out of Matthew Koo yet. So he doesn't. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, I do see. I think I see one in the deck. So he does play them, but that's something that would be useful here. If you don't hit a lot of the Bronzongs early, what you like to do is like try to Max Elixir once or twice. And we've seen the Water Toolbox deck is very adept at doing that. And so is Mel deck because Mel deck also plays 10 or more energies, and it lets you hit those Max Elixirs with pretty good consistency of above 75%. So
looks like Matt's getting rid of his Toad and a couple supporters, just thinning out his deck because he cannot afford a bad top deck right now.
No, yeah, he really needs to stream well here. He needs to stream Genesects, and he needs to deal with the Zygarde EX, and then the issue is like after that he still has to deal with a Carbink Break that's going to be probably charging up. I'd say at this point it'd probably be Lucario if he doesn't find another Zygarde. Let's see. So he's gonna attack. I believe that was an attached return.
Yep, that was attached.
Nope, that was actually a Metal Links.
Oh, just the Metal Links.
He didn't actually hit a Metal to destroy. So we see here, Eric's got a couple of options. He's got Verseeker, which is Verseeker for the Lysander. Like he can, because he can't KO the Stretch because of Stardust.
Yep.
So
it doesn't look like they applied the damage though.
No way. Yeah, no.
Once again, that overlooked.
No, he did 10. It's over there.
But he did one turn before.
Oh, so it should be at 20?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be a 2. I can't really tell on the dice.
Special dice are hard to see.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless here, he does have the Lysander if he wants it.
With the VS Seeker. Yeah. But does he have the energy to really benefit from it?
He's only going to he's doing 60 right now, so he's not actually KOing anything, and everything's got a float stone on it. So yeah, even he's kind of looking through. I mean, he can't end here. That doesn't really help.
Almost looked like a VS Seeker just out of muscle memory.
He could Karina. What else? I think, it looks like, he's just going to Karina here. We're going to see what gets the Karina. So you see Kokard. So he plays a Magnetic Storm in the list, which is interesting. We see one of the power members. We do see Regirock EX. We see AZ. But yeah, he's gonna Karina. Oh, we also do see one of the carbines that stops the energy from your basic energy from being interacted with. Just in case you do face crushing hammers, but that's
Yeah.
obviously not gonna be super relevant here. I only see one red Rocket EX in the deck, so it's not playing a super heavy red Rocket EX build. As I have seen some builds that play four of those and just try to do quick damage and quickly.
Yeah, but then your bench space is just so condensed.
Yeah, and it's just all these cards that don't actually do anything. So he does play one red Rocket EX to hit numbers when
Yep.
he needs it. So that's what he goes and grabs. He's gonna Fury Belt the Zygarde here. A good thing here is Carbon Break is able to get back special energy, so the fact that his
Yeah.
Strongs are getting Stardusted isn't as big a deal as it would normally be for a fighting deck.
Yeah, that Carving Break puts in so much work against this metal deck. It stops the Genesect and pulls back those strong energies.
Yeah, it's probably actually the best card in the matchup for him. And again, we don't know if Matthew plays a Hex at all. Most of the metal decks do not elect to play it. You just don't have the room, but we'll see. He's gonna go. He's Sycamore's here, and what we got? We got a couple Battle Compressors and a Level Ball. It looks like as well. So Level Ball, he's probably gonna just go get Bronzor because he needs another Bronzor on the table.
He has not drawn energy.
He did not draw energy, so he's really just not. I don't think this matchup is actually too great for him, but he's also not drawing well this game. Again, not too big of a problem because we do have a 75-minute top cup limit, which is something that we should know that's actually very important, which you pretty much gives you a lot of leeway to actually play through games.
Yeah, absolutely. Which hurt a lot of it forced a lot of ties yesterday.
Yeah,
we saw a couple of matches that could have gone through game 3, but time was an issue.
50 minutes is just a short time. 75 minutes would have resolved most of those games easily. And let's see, he's gonna Battle Compressor away. Looks like just a Sycamore here, and he's got. I thought he had another Battle Compressor in his hand as well. If he does, he elects not to play it. So he's probably just gonna sit here, Stardust again, and kind of just wait until he can one-shot the Zygarde and hope that nothing bad happens to him.
And once again, we see Jirachi pulling through for a deck that just needs that stall time.
Yeah, needs some time to set up and just really function as deck. Now the thing here that allows this Stardust to work should be at 30.
Yeah, but that may come into a huge factor for him.
We will. Yeah, that should be at 30. Yeah, it should be. Okay.
Yeah, because he's knocked off 3 strong energies.
So he's gonna end here, and we're gonna see what happens here. Someone can go tell them that Zygarde should probably be
at 30 damage. He's knocked off 3 strong energies.
Stardust.
Yeah, that should be at 30 damage. Yeah, but
so he's gonna end here, and yeah, we are going to go try and get that checked out because we are pretty sure that it should actually be at 30 damage. With the Stardusting, because I'm pretty sure he has knocked off the 3 stars.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He's going to see Eric here, just gonna draw a couple cards, and he is going to attach a basic fighting this time.
Not letting that Stardust happen again.
Again, let's see, this Genesect is doing 120, 140, 160, 170 right now. Is doing 170 right now.
Unless he healed.
Does Zygarde heal?
Oh, okay.
So
it heals 10 HP?
Yeah, I know one of the attacks heals. I did not know which attack he used. Yeah,
okay.
Did he use that? Okay.
Okay.
I just want to get that up on screen because I don't have the Zygarde pulled up in front of me.
Yeah.
So he's.
We didn't see the heal.
Yeah,
we didn't see the heal.
I also don't have it pulled up on here, so I don't know.
He healed the full and then the 2 started. Okay, yep.
So he didn't heal in between because he didn't have the energy. Okay, so Josh is gonna sit here, chill, and Eric.
Matthew's forced into position though, because now he cannot Stardust, but that Jirachi has been too important for him to just let him sacrifice.
Right. So Matt's gonna Trainer's Manual here, draw. Look at he hits a Ultra Ball, Sycamore. Yeah.
He is hoping he plays this. I hope he plays the Super Rod because he needs to get those Bronzons back in the deck.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like he's gonna go for an Ultra. Probably just goes for the Ultra Ball here to try to get our Bronzong and Elinx because he is. So Zygarde's got 230 HP with that Fury Belt, so he's got to do 210. So he needs to have 5 Metal Energies on this Genesect to be able to KO it.
If he can somehow get the manual attached and 1 Metal Links, he's
onto the races.
He's been in a pretty good position.
Yeah, and then he just has to figure out a way to actually deal with the Carbink. Although he can maybe ignore it, he might be able to take. He might be able to just KO a Shaman and a Lucario and pretty much ignore the Carbink.
Start playing the Lysander game?
Yeah, he might be able to just ignore the Carbink and take 6 fires.
There's the manual attach.
So there's manual
attach.
No.
That was out of the deck. That was with the Metal
That
Links.
was Metal Links. Okay. So he does have metal in his hand as well. Another thing he has to make.
And there it goes.
Because again, Eric doesn't have a way to actually do damage to this Genesect to one-shot it for a while. Now we did see he does play one of the tools that does let Zygarde do 200. I think he plays one. He might play two. I would say again. I think one is. So let's see. He's actually. Oh, so Matt's actually gonna like to just do a flat 110 here. He's gonna not discard the energy.
He sees that Zygarde doesn't have enough energy to really retaliate, so he saves his energy because he needs them.
Right.
He has one Bronzong. He's not gonna be able to pull a lot out. He cannot risk losing 5 right now.
Again, it looks like Ku doesn't play that many switching cards either. He's used Escape Rope twice, but one of them was off of a double puzzle. So this Zygarde is also somewhat likely to just be stuck in the active for a little bit. And we see him. He can do Lance Pulse for 20, 40, 50 here. Do a little bit of damage to that Genesect. And let's see. So now Ku's going to be able to one-shot. Oh, he draws another Genesect, and that's huge. Because now he can start getting that second one charged up and can be a little more aggressive with how he uses this first one.
And there goes the Metal Links.
And he has gotten their Fury Belt if he wants to, but he's probably not going to play it just because, like, Eric is playing a Karina deck, so it's easy for him to actually play starting that phone because he can access it a lot easier than most other decks.
And once again, like, this stream and just this tournament, we have seen Jirachi. Like, Jirachi has saved Matthew. Yeah, being able to start us 3 times and just putting Eric in a position where he just could not take it out.
Wasn't able to do anything. So, yep, and he is...
And there goes Zygarde.
And Genesect is going to one-shot the Zygarde EX, and so now he's going to promote Carbink Break, and he's got Safeguard Carbink under it, so now we're going to just see him probably attach and put 2 energies on... he could put it on Lucario or Regirock. There's some upside actually playing on the Regirock, as the Regirock does have that Focus Sash and Primal Groudon's trait as well, so can't really interact with the card. So we'll see what he does. He's going to AZ up the chain and just, you realize that, Matt's, God, it's going to be tough for him to take 4 prizes. And, yeah, so he's going to Carbink, yeah, so he's going to go for that Regirock, actually. And this is a card that, been a consistent one of in a lot of decks over time, and now it's one of in this deck, maybe a 2 of, and it just does its job. It's gonna be a great way for him to get a KO with knowing that he's not gonna be responding to KO because he does have the focus sash. And yeah, Matt's even reading it. Yeah, you cannot use any trainers that interact with this card besides tools, and he's already got a tool on it. So you're not able to turn off that focus sash or discard it.
Matt is looking for a megaphone.
Yeah, Matt is looking for a megaphone. Yeah, he can't. You are not interacting with that card, Matt.
No, and Eric doing that AZ to the Shaman forces Matt to have to take out either he has to kill Regirock twice. Like,
so
this is a pain.
So what he's gonna have to do here is Matt's path to 4 prizes right now is looking like he's gonna hit a Lucario. He's actually
what does my Bronzong Break do?
He's like actually reading his own card, and okay. Or is
that?
It looks like sleeve maybe. I'm not sure what is happening.
I think he's trying to see if Bronzong can get around.
Oh, okay, so he might be checking to see if Bronzong is able
to get around the.
But it doesn't because it's
ability.
Still just an attack. He's not. Yeah.
It's not an ability.
Wait, Focus Sash is. Can we pull up a Focus Sash scan real quick? I think Focus Sash still triggers when it's on the bench, but I'm not actually 100% sure. So we're gonna see here so what he's looking at is if he gets the 4 energy on the Bronzong, okay, does Bronzong's attack go through Focus Sash? Because normally when you're being Focus Sash, you're in the active, and so I'm not sure if Focus Sash on the card reads if while on the active. So no, it wouldn't work. So no, it would not break through it because it's still being knocked out by damage from the attack because.
And it does not need to be in the active.
It does not need to be in the active. So Matt is not able to do the cute thing he was hoping he could do with the Bronzong. So Focus Sash does work even while on the bench. So that was probably that's most likely what he was asking for here. And yeah, so that was something Matt wanted to know. So his best way to get around this is so the 4 prizes easiest for Matt to take are going to be the Lucario, the Regirock, and the Hoochie. He's just not going to really be able to get through this Carbink that has under 10 HP.
Yeah,
and can't do the Bronzong and get the 4 energies off. That's just going to be hard because he's got the 5-bomb Genesect, right? And he only has one Bronzong on the table.
And he cannot find the other one. If it's in his discard, I have not seen a Super Rod yet.
Yeah.
I've seen at least one in his discard, but I have not seen a Super Rod.
I have not seen. Yeah. So we're here. They're making a ruling on Bronzong and the Focus Sash, and again, we pulled it up. It looks like that Focus Sash should still work while on the bench. So I'm not seeing anything that. And these counting cards in deck, yeah, players are here just kind of waiting here for the judges to make an official ruling on Bronzong Break versus Focus Sash and Regirock. Now, okay, so let's see. The game plan for Matt here is going to be he's got KO this Lucario. That's
Absolutely.
That's step one.
Easy Lysander.
Yeah, easy Lysander target. Okay. Then the best way for him to actually probably get through his game is going to be to do something where he hits the Regirock with a Genesect and gets it, hits Regirock, and then he cleans it up with a Bronzong Break. So because it does 3 damage everything, so he can do like 100 damage to it, and then clean it up with the Bronzong Break, while also having 3 more energies to KO the Hawlucha. So that's going to be his best way to break it up. Is probably to go KO Lucario, and then hit Regirock once, and then try to do Bronzong plus another 3 energies to KO Hawlucha.
And if you're Eric, you cannot lay down another EX without having that Focus Sash ready to go.
Yeah, you can't play down any chance because again, your clock is actually slower than Matt's clock right now because you're doing, 20 damage or whatnot. You're not doing much. You're doing 40 damage with this Carbink Break. So your clock's relatively slow, and Matt's got the free belt on, and it's gonna be a long time for you to do it. And so yeah,
Eric is really restricted on what he can play right now in regards to Pokemon. Exactly. He is holding onto this Carbink Break as his wall.
Yeah, and we are still waiting for that ruling on the Regirock here. So yeah, we're just gonna. So we're kind of just waiting here to see what happens.
Now, if the ruling goes in Eric's favor and he cannot do the Bronzong Break.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't be able to. Like,
right.
Focus Sash looks like it should trigger on the back.
What do you think Matthew's next plan of attack is? Like, if he says, okay, I can't use the break, where does his mind shift next?
It's for Eric?
For Matthew.
Okay, so I think at this point, if you're Matt, like, again, your plan here, you still have to go again. I think you just got focus on making sure you're able to kill that card to get the easy 2 prizes, and then you just got to deal with Lucha, and then probably this Regirock. Unless he benches something else.
Now, do you think that he throws the Bronzong Break up to try to kill that Carbink? Like, does the one attack and then goes for the rest?
Well, the Carbink's even got a Focus Sash on, so like you still have to do the thing where you still have
to attack twice.
You still have to swing into it once. Although the thing about the Carbink is, if he plays as a Rosic or a Megaphone, is he can actually get rid of the Focus Sash, so he can interact with the Carbink a lot better than he's able to interact with the Regirock. So that is definitely a possibility. So we are waiting here. They're still figuring out what the ruling is. I'm not sure what they're. Yeah. So.
It looks like the ruling has been made, but we do not know what the ruling is.
We don't know what it is. I'm going to assume that Focus Sash still triggers while on the bench because after reading the card, it doesn't say anything about
being in
the active. But again, we'll see if the game progresses in a weird way and he takes that prize on a Regirock. For that reason, we'll know how the ruling went. But again,
if we see Bronzong throwing some metal energies out.
Yeah, I'm playing under the assumption that the Focus Sash still works while he is on the bench. That's what I'm going to be commenting with the assumption under. Alright, so they are still okay. Alright, so now we're back to the game. That's finished on his turn. He's got Metal Links available to him still, so he's got Metal Links probably to this Genesect here. Yeah. No, he's actually so he's going to immediately start getting ready to go for this Bronzong Break. Now,
Bronzong's his only hope to get rid of this Carbink and stop the energy acceleration.
Right, exactly. Now,
which is going to be huge, because if that Lucario gets ready to go.
Exactly. He's going to need to attack with this Bronzong Break at some point during the game, and his game plan might not actually involve using that other Genesect EX. Like, it's kind of just there as an extra, I don't... Okay. So it looks like... so he's going to
and there goes the easy prize.
And he will be... He's going to be, actually... Alright, we're going to attach Fear Belt to Genesect, and I believe he does have the... So he's doing 100, 124, 161. Yeah, he does have the knockout on Lucario.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's going to have to discard 4 energies with Rapid Blaster. And we've got... there's...
looks like
something
there's another ruling happening.
Yeah, it looks like there was something with carving break in the fighting stadium. It looks like there should be an extra 20 damage somewhere. We caught that on film, but yeah, they're going over there to figure that out. Shouldn't have too big of an impact on the game right now, because that Red Rock's going to overshoot most of the KOs at this point. But if he's stuck, just time with carbine, that would end up mattering. We'll see what happens here. But again, Matt does it the last turn. He's at step one of execution.
Yeah.
Like, step one here is taking those 2 prizes on that Lucario. And now step 2 is most likely going to be either swinging into this one of the Red Rocks, either the Red Rock or the Carbine. Ideally, for Matt, he'll hit his Erosic or Megaphone and be able to, turn off the focus sash on the Carbine and then just, kill it with the Bronze.
Yeah, and Matt's sitting here right now. The deck is supposed to play, get the Genesect, get the energies out, and put them right back to the Bronzongs, but he is stuck with that Bronzor and only able to metal leech once per turn.
It's been really painful. If Matt had a pretty rough start, and Eric honestly had a pretty solid start to the game. He started the game off by taking a quick prize on the Bronzor, and Matt's still very much in this game despite starting relatively slow. Yeah, so they add the extra 20 damage from that fighting stadium. So now, we saw Matt there. He does have a megaphone in his hand, but he's electing not to play it because we don't know how many focus sash Eric plays.
Yeah.
Again, with the puzzles,
you're not going to play it until you know you can attack.
Exactly. You're going to wait until that turn where you know you're getting KO. So we add the extra point damage on the Genesect. Not too much of a rewind needed, and yeah.
And there goes the Lucario.
So now Matt's down to just 2 prizes, but he needs 2 attacks to take his 2 prizes.
Yeah.
There is not any X on the bid table, and I would assume that Matt does not play a target whistle or anything of that sort. So now we're back to Eric. He's got pretty much anyway. So he's got fighting energy. He's got he's gonna attach. Yeah, he's gonna attach fighting to the Hawlucha. So Hawlucha's hitting for 80 right now, and he's got 90, 110. So he's got he hits a hex. It's huge. So he's going to hex Matt, and we've got Jim going back over. So he's gonna hex Matt. Now Matt's not gonna be able to metal system, or the other big thing is he's not gonna be able to do drive change, which is one of the reasons that the metal deck has actually been more successful than we expected it. It's the flexibility Genesect DX offers is, there's nowhere card that does what it does in the game.
Period. Oh, yeah. You're being able to switch your tools out, having that flow still ready to go, and then putting on, another Bronzong.
Now he hits the second Bronzong right as it doesn't, right after Hex. So, again, that's one of the big things is, with this metal deck, one of the big issues was last season and in previous builds of metal is you always had to have, a Russian guy on your bench to be able to get your retreat off, to be able to attack what you want. But with Genesect, you're able to, rotate, you're able to use an attacker and use an aggressive tool like applying Fear Belt or a Muscle Band, and then switch it out for a Floatstone. And the best thing is it goes back to your hand, so then you put that Fear Belt on your guy that's attacking. So you were offered a lot of flexibility by being a Genesect DX, and losing that flexibility for a turn, you're seeing what happens here. He's going to get stuck here and just not be able to do anything this turn, basically. And he is going to AZ. So he's going very secret for the AZ. I'm assuming he's going to AZ that active.
Yeah.
And that's going to actually make it very difficult for Eric because he still doesn't have a good way to get through this Genesect. Now, the good news for if you're Eric is he does still have the Shame for a cheap prize. So you're not going to be able to just bash the active and get your cheap prize, but you do. Yeah. No goes away. Yeah. But you do still have cheap prizes you can take, and it's completely fine right now. So now we have to figure out what is Matt gonna promote. So yeah, I think he's gonna actually promote that other Bronzong, and I think I'd actually promote the Jirachi here because I think that I don't think you're gonna ever Stardust again. Stardust is not, unless that's how you're playing on breaking Focus Sash on the Regirock.
Well, he does have the megaphone, so he can actually get rid of it.
Well, you can't get rid of the megaphone on the Regirock because Regirock's got the Groudon straight.
So it even stops full board wipes.
Right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. This ability's really good. The trait's very good. And now we got Regirock in there. And now he's actually gone last hanger. So I actually don't. Yeah, but I actually don't like this because I think it's that the Metal Lynx is a lot more valuable to Matthew than the Jirachi is right now. Because what he's trying to do is he's got the megaphone, so he's going to try to Metal Lynx here twice. No, okay, so what he's going to do here is he's going to, because 3 energy KOs the Hawlucha, and then he can break a Focus Sash. So if he's able to Metal Lynx twice and break a Focus Sash, that's really what he wants to do right now. So Matt promotes the Bronzong promotes the Bronzong that's got the break into the active, and so he's not gonna be able to Metal Lynx to that one. But he does have the free treat, so it looks like he's gonna be going for Genesect DX this turn. is what he's planning on doing. So he's going to be Metal Linksing here, most likely twice to Genesect to, I'm assuming KO a Halucha, because that's the only thing I can really think of. Or if he has a Megaphone and Last Andre, he'd be able to Megaphone away the energy off the Carbine Break, and then one shot the Genesect with without having to discard energy, and then the next turn he'll be able to KO a Halucha with another Last Andre. So that's probably the game plan he's going for. I see a couple trainers medals in his hand. I see a ball. Assuming able to thin his deck here, so he's gonna nail here first. Nail. I see a VS Secret.
Escape rope.
Yeah. So he can even go for the. No, I think you still want to go for the VS Secret here because you wanna. Or is he? Okay, he's gonna fail the trainer's mail. I'm actually not sure what he's going for. Because again, the easiest way for him to take 2 prizes is going to be to KO that Carbon Break or a Halucha. He's going to fail both trainer's mails. Okay. So I'm not entirely sure what he's going for right now. He's got a level ball in hand.
There's the double Metal Links.
Right, but I'm not. Okay, so he's gonna melt. Okay, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna double Metal Link to Shaman. Okay, this makes sense now. He's gonna double Metal Link to Shaman, and next turn is when he's gonna go for the win. Is start to go for the win. He's gonna scout turn. So this way, Eric has no way to win next turn. So that's why he's failing those turns.
Okay.
So instead of giving Eric an outlook with DSA, he's just gonna try to end him out of it. Again, that's something I was saying earlier. I think the Metal deck's a lot better off of them because you do have the Metal Links here. So he's gonna try to say he's gonna end himself to have a Shaman in hand, and then just assume he can hit the win. Which I think, given what we saw in his deck, I think he's got a lot of very good outs here. Like, he really is looking for a VS or a Rope here. Or at this point, he'll be able to break the Focus Sash, assuming Eric does not play a healing card next turn. That he will have broken through Focus Sash, and he's going to promote the Bronze Arm just like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's going to do that.
Focus, that huge Focus Sash that's been in his way the whole time is gone.
Well, it's turned off.
It's turned off. It's turned off.
Exactly.
Like, he can somehow heal the Red Rock.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. Some of these fight decks do play like Center Lady, or they do play Super Potion. So you got Karina, a Zygarde, and an N. So he can end it 2, but that's not going to do him any good. Because again, Red Rock is literally his only attack right now. So he didn't hit Via Seeker because again, if you're Eric, you would like to KO or do damage to something a little more relevant than a Bombo. So what I would be doing right now is I think he probably wants to charge up another Pokemon. Like, I think I will have played down the Zygarde there. Because he's not going to be able to one-shot it. And if he's not one-shotting, if he's attacking the Zygarde, he's not actually attacking the Red Rock. So, at this point, you have to know that your Red Rock's about to get knocked out. And you need to get, like, another big attacker going. And again, Zygarde's saying that's generally going to be able to take a hit. And is able to KO a Genesect in one shot once he's charged up. So he's going to end himself with 2.
How much energy does that Bronzong Break have? 2 or 3?
Well, Bronzong Break has, looks like just 1 right now.
1? Oh, because of the retreat.
Maybe two. No, wait. Yeah, it's got 1. It's got 1 energy on it right now.
Alright, so if he double Metal Links to 3.
Yeah. So the thing here, let's see. I can't tell what Eric hit. Eric's shuffling through. He's just going to go attack it. You see, he hit that Zygarde. So again, if he just benches it, he doesn't draw that card. And we've got, let's see if Matt hit here. So he doesn't have that Shaman. He's not going to do the Q-Theory Scouter. But he is going to get through this Red Rock. And Eric's got a relatively dead board. However, at the moment, Matt doesn't have a good way to deal with a Carbon Break, but within time, he'll be able to get enough Metal Energy on a Bronze Arm to
and just throw out the,
right.
Machine gun those Metal Energies back out and
wipe if he hits the Megaphone, he might be able to just surprise winning it. He's going to even attach another, and he's going to Rapid Blaster for the knockout, and he is now Via Seeker or a Megaphone away from winning this game.
Yep.
And Eric is in a pretty tight spot. Again, he can't attack with Halucha right now because he needs to not give press. So he's got a Carbon Break here, and now you gotta bench that Zygarde. Like, Zygarde is your win condition right now. You're hoping that the Carbon Break and your sessions get broken and he doesn't have Via Seeker. Yeah, he's got it.
But you're also looking at the math.
Right. That's a Red Rock. So the Red Rock's actually fine here too because with 2 strong energies, they'll do nothing. So we're gonna do. How are we doing? 20, 40. How'd you do? Carbon got it. So he puts 50 damage on because of Red Rock. Right. So he does 50 there. He gets 2 strongs on Red Rock. So Red Rock is doing 100, 120, 140, 160, which is a knockout if he's able to. Nope, 160 is not. So he needs another way to add damage and energy stuff. Like Stadium, yeah. If because Red Rock does not Allen. So he's got the 2 energy on the Bronzong break.
And there's the game. Yeah, he's gonna promote the Bronzong. He's gonna do the he's gonna discard the metal energies and just knock out the Hawlucha. So that's game 1.
Matt takes game 1 despite a relatively rough start.
Yeah. And once again, Stardust Jirachi is just...
Yeah, Jirachi gave him 3 turns, and really gave him 4 because Eric then had to spend that turn middle of the game to just recover to get those energies back. So, well played by Matt, and, Eric just kind of ran out of win conditions there at the end, and you saw the power of metal off of that. Well, again, Matt didn't draw supporters off of his end too, but he still had the metal, and that's why we were saying earlier is that with N back in standard, it benefits you to play cards like Bronzong, and again, Electric when it came out. That's why the card was so strong. You had N, and you're able to just, and you're putting 1 or 2, and you're still able to function as a deck. Whereas a lot of times, a deck like Fighting needs to hit several cards to be able to do anything. You need to hit energy, and you need to hit things that damage, and generally draw supporter. So you're just not as good at alpha bends, and you don't have as many energy on the table. So we had to game 2, and Eric is probably gonna go first. Now Matt didn't go first that game, so now Eric had a pretty good start. He'll take a prize on first turn, and he held the lead, and that Zygarde took 3 or 4 prizes for him.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you're Eric, you got a pretty good start to game 1. Now we got to figure out how are you going to do something better this game to be able to win this game?
Kill that Jirachi.
yeah, I think so. The Stardust was clearly a prize, so I think he's probably going to be a little more careful about trying to make sure he's attaching basic fighting and maybe try to just deal with that Jirachi immediately. Or, the other thing too, Eric didn't really hit his Lysander as well either. So. No, I don't think the Jirachi's an end all for Eric by any means. But that's saying that was the card that definitely swung the game into Matthew Kuhn's favor.
Matthew, however, I don't think he plays a Super Rod. So I think he has to be 100% attentive to where his Bronzongs are.
Yeah. I don't think we didn't see one there game 1, and unless it was prized. But yeah, if he had one, he probably would have been able to play it, or we would have seen it off the trainer's mail. So again, we're not 100% sure if he does play Super Rod or not. So yeah, we're gonna get off here game 2, and it looks like both players have. So both players have a supporter of some sort in their hand. Oh wait, yeah. I'm not sure if Eric actually has a supporter. It looks like Eric might have only had a Lysander, and I can't tell if that card on the far right was the thing that lets Zygarde do 200, or if it was a Karina. So yeah, we got so he started Zygarde DX to Genesect DX. So got the 2 guys that really put in all the work. We got Balcony Preserve, Focus Sash, and it looks like Eric does not have a real supporter. So this could be a quick game if he does not. So yeah, he's going to Balcony Preserve away an end, so VSC becomes an out. Now he's also going to get rid of an AZ because that doesn't draw cards right now, and I'd say probably just like a Xerosic or something else that doesn't really, something that doesn't draw cards because you need as many as possible to draw cards. Yeah, and a Hex. So he's going to get rid of his two tech supporters and then a draw supporter. Pretty much what we expected here off of that Balcony Preserve.
Yeah. Right now, you cannot afford to top deck anything early that is not getting you more cards.
Exactly. So his VS Seekers are now live to draw cards, and he doesn't have an energy this turn. All he's got like a power cell to attach to Zygarde DX, I guess. Yeah, he's gonna Focus Sash the Safeguarder.
Yep.
He's probably gonna be trying to solve. Yeah, he's even gonna rope here. Get the Safeguarder into the active, and he's just gonna pass. So Eric's off to a little bit of a rough start, and we see here Matt's got Bronzor, he's got Metal, and he's also got Sycamore. So Matt's got a very good start here, much better than he had been.
Hits an Ultra Ball.
So he's going to be able to find their Bronzor if he wants to. He's going to be able to float stone on the Genesect as well. This is right where Matt wants to be.
Yeah.
His opponent didn't draw very well, and he's got a very soft start. He's going to be able to get a couple Bronzongs going here. He's going to be able to attack with Genesect likely on turn 2. And again, even though we got Carbon giving action, so we're actually going to have to maybe attack with the Bronzong break or something, but he's off to a great start.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. So now he's also going here. I'm presuming he's going to be getting either a Bronzor here just to get a second one on the table. Because he was constrained on those game. He's going to go get Bronzor. He's debating which Bronzor he's getting because he actually does play split. Yeah, it's probably not going to matter, but for him, he does play a split on the Bronzors.
Right.
So it does sometimes matter, as especially actually in sudden death. The other Bronzor actually matters a decent amount because you both start one prize, so that's actually happened at a city I was at. So again, usually not gonna matter too much here unless very weird things happen. But this one, I will say,
one of those Bronzors.
Yeah, I will say he's gonna be less likely to evolve the Bronzor that does the damage quickly because that one's able to hit through Safeguard for 60 damage for 2 energy. So if he has a bad setup, that is something to keep in mind. And again, it doesn't really affect the matchup too much, but it gives you an extra maybe percentage point or 2. And like I was saying in the round 8, you just want to give yourself as many chances as possible. Again, if you're iron defensing, that's not too great either. So, you play probably the 3-1 split here because iron defense is 9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100 times going to be useful. But having that out to a safeguard, isn't bad to have a cheap way to just, do 60 damage for 2 energy, which the deck doesn't really have too much of. It's just gonna Fury Belt and pass here. So he's got some Moles in discard. He's got 2 TR6 on board, 2 Bronzor. Let's see what Fair gets.
He already has the Bronzong break, or one of his Bronzongs in the discard.
Yeah, so he's got 1 Bronzor on discard, but again, he might not. He's not. I don't think he's gonna need 2. Like, as long as Eric does, if Eric doesn't start drawing well here, he's not gonna actually need to draw well to win this game.
Interesting Lysander though. It does force him to put the Floatstone on the Bronzong instead of the Genesect, and I think that was the big play.
Yeah, that's pretty big here. It doesn't attack him on. Use that flexibility of Genesect and use drive changes interchangeably as he goes. He's gonna stick more away, so he's gonna stick more away Bronzor break. So at this point, I'm actually assuming he does play Super Rod because he's been
really
pretty
aggressive
with how he's discarding his Pokemon. But again, the other thing here is you want to be aggressive because your opponent's drawing really bad too. You want to make sure you can win this game as quickly as possible. Like how yesterday again on one of our matches where it's like the guy was using Quick Punch, so Grenade Hammer. It's one of those where you just want to make sure you end the game as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to give your opponent any opportunities to potentially draw cards that could get them back into the game. Put him on a faster clock.
And Matthew does not want to be in that same position where he was last time, where he was forced to defend himself behind a Jirachi.
Yeah, that was not fun. All right, so Eric finally draws an energy, so that's like semi-roll. Again, he still hasn't drawn a way to draw cards, and Matt actually didn't get any Bronzongs that game. So despite what is definitely a very favorable board state for him, he still hasn't actually done anything yet.
Right.
So he's a couple turns away from being able to deal with Eric's board. Like this card being break is just gonna sit there for a while. Like he might actually end up having to do 2-shot it with Phantom Forces Bronzong and do 60 twice. And so he's just going to attach our Fighting Energy to this Zygarde, and really Eric's just kind of unfortunately sitting here watching his opponent play Pokemon, and his opponent's not playing too much of it either. So
these are both very slow starts for these decks.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah. Now, like these aren't like exactly quick decks by any means. They aren't Night March or Vespercom, but like these are both pretty not like. I mean, if you're Matt, you would take this start right now, but you would have liked to hit Bronzong on your second turn to be able to start Melons. He's gonna sit more away to Nerd Genesect. Like at this point, he's got all the attackers he need to win on the table. So we're gonna see if he hits a Bronzong here. He does not appear to hit one.
These things are just hiding from him.
He did his Super Rod though, so he's gonna Super Rod in his probably a Bronzong break, and maybe a Metal Energy. So Matt here is kind of moving in the right direction. Plays a Super Rod. And we got Bronzong break to the Sprinter, Bronzong, and
the Genesect.
And the Genesect just gonna go get back his Mel guys. And then he did his Shaman, so he could set up for I believe 2 if he wanted to. And he's got an overwhelming lead in this game, despite not taking prize, but he hasn't been able to do anything to win yet. Like he's kind of still sitting here waiting to draw into the right things he needs without trying to overextend. And Eric, you're just on to hit via Seeker relatively soon so you can end or a supporter.
And there goes another Ultra Ball. Is he going to take it to get that Bronzong?
I think you've got to take it to get that Bronzong. I think you got to start. Yeah, he's going to Ultra Ball. I think you got to start Metal Linksing and getting a Bronzong charged up to start to attack.
Especially since he had 2 Metal Energies to discard. That's
exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. He's got to start attacking soon. Like you don't want to give Eric another couple turns here because again the matchup I think is somewhat favorable to Matt because he is a lot better on offense. But you just want to get there and not have to worry about it. So he's going to evolve that Bronzong. Again, he's going to elect to avenge one and not the one that has the payback attack on it in case that does become relevant. He's going to Metal Links to the Genesect EX. So it looks like he might be going to try to KO that Zygarde EX first and worry about the Carbon Break later.
Yeah, because that card being's fearful, but only when it has something to energy accelerate too.
He hits another Bronzong,
another Metal Links.
That's huge. At this point, I think I would. He's going to. So he's going to Metal Links to an Aegislash, and he's going to drive change, pick up his Floatstone and his 3 Belter so he can't get Megaphone. And he's probably just he's going to pass here. So now we're back to Eric. Eric is drawing a Transmill, so hopefully he is. He hits a puzzle, so he's going to be able to scry 3 and see if he can do anything with that. It's not going to be great. He's going to be able to. So hopefully he hits something that he can put on the top that's actually useful. Like if you're Eric, you're luckily for you, your opponent still hasn't actually done anything that hurts you too much, but he's got a much better board. So he's got 300 on board and 2 Bronzongs.
Every turn that's passing, Eric is getting in a slower and slower position, and Matt is
we got a Karina.
There's the Karina.
So next turn, I expect to see a Karina for, I guess, a fighting Pokemon of some sort, and then a VS Seeker so we can end. So at least next turn, he's going to be able to start, playing Pokemon. Now the issue is it might be a little late for that because now he hits the break and he's gonna be able to Metal Links twice to this Bronzong break, and he's gonna be able to. That's at the point where he's gonna start dispatching of Eric relatively fast here. He's got a Hex Maniac, so he does play the Hex, and that's huge because he's gonna be able to just be a secret for a Hex, turn off the safeguard, and
go right through.
Yeah, this is gonna be a this. Yeah, this is not. Things are not looking too good for Eric. Yeah, we were not sure if Matt did play the Hex. He does actually play the Hex, so he is able to break through safeguard pretty easily. Yeah, he's gonna be able to one-shot safeguard, and then he actually, I believe, has enough energies to
Yep,
one-shot.
And there goes Carbink.
He's gonna hex it, and then he's just gonna rapid blast it for 110, and then he's got 5 energies on that just as he's in for 210 damage right now with discarding all the energies two if he wants to KO Zygarde. Now, Matt Eric's got a Karina, so he's gonna go get a safeguard, and he's gotta get a VS Secret here so we can add. Or he could Ultra Ball for Shaman as well. But it's gonna get Focus Sash.
That's a little risky. I know he's trying to stall, but I think you're right. I think that N is more important.
Yeah, I think you need to be. You need to be able. He's like, yeah, you see the goal of the VS Secret. Yeah, he's like, take the goal. So he can start getting Focus Sash here, but yeah, he's just gonna actually he's gonna go get the VS Secret. So next turn he'll be able to draw cards and do something because at this point he's pretty low on anything he's really been able to do.
And here, with only 28 minutes left, we now see how important that extended time is.
Right, yeah, because this game would pretty much be, at this point, Eric would be playing for a draw, and he would,
even if... I would not take it if I was Matthew.
Yeah, exactly, right, yeah, Eric would be playing for a draw right now. You'd be, or trying to get to something. Instead, we still got time to play 3 complete games, or 2.5 complete games, depending on how long this takes, if Eric does find a way to win. So Matt's going to attach to the Bronzong there manually. He's got Battle Compressor here. Probably just get rid of some dead cards.
I feel like Jirachi's probably a good battle compressor right now because he just doesn't need it. I mean, you want to keep it in the deck as a safety, but...
Yeah, I'd say also Toad isn't... Toad's pretty mediocre in this matchup. So he's going to get rid of Metal Fortress, which doesn't do anything. The Metal and Toad. So we see that, and I see what else Matt's going to do. He's going through his discard. He's counting. He's going to be... I think he's going to be Metal Linksing here in a second. Got Metal Links to the Bronzong break. And he actually doesn't have another supporter in his hand, but again, I don't think it matters too much.
No, and Matt has a really good dispersal of his energy. It's spread out so that way no matter what he needs to attack with, he can get to it quick.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like by discarding the energy, Genesect EX's attack discards energy, which is great because now you get to redistribute your energies with the 2 Bronzong breaks you got. Okay, so Eric actually top decks the Focus Sash. So he is pretty much not losing next turn. He's gonna get at least 1 turn here.
That was one of the best top decks.
Yeah, so again, by getting the video, he was able to draw into the arc card he wanted to give Karina. So he's got the Focus Sash here, and now we're going to see what Matt can do here.
He did already play his Megaphone.
Yeah, now if you're Eric, you're definitely looking for Carbink break, and I think at this point, Regirock.
Yeah.
Or Zygarde, and trying to, if you can stream 200s back to back, maybe you can steal this game. So he gets the Zygarde, they get the Carbink break, though. We see a Regirock, it did not draw Carbink. We're not sure how many he plays either. He controls a puzzle. I think that it's either another Zygarde or a Regirock EX. I can't actually tell. There's also 2. Those are both Zygarde EXs.
So he puts the strong energy on the Carbink.
Yeah, he might be power gemming here. Let's see. Looks like 2 Zygardes. Yeah, he's just gonna pass, and he's not gonna lose his turn because he's got Focus Sash and the safeguarding ability. So he's not dead, but he's
not in a good place.
Been in better spots, yeah. I'm not really sure what his outs are to win the game right now. Like, I think this is more or less a formality for Eric.
However, yeah, I would be a little fearful of that Bronzong getting powered up.
Yeah, Bronzong's about to just go ham, and yeah, I don't really see a way for Eric to win this game. But you're not gonna scoop it. It's a formality at this point. You might as well.
Top 8 at Nats, you're not scooping.
If you even just look at the body language of Eric, he's like, yeah, I am. And again, Matt's reading it. He's like, it's Primal Groudon. Regirock is essentially baby Primal Groudon. Yeah, he's gonna retreat, Genesect, and
probably go for the Bronzong break that Focus Sash, and the next turn knock out that Carbink.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably gonna do trying to get rid of 2 here, or he's gonna...
Oh, he's going for the Regirock.
He's gonna go one-shot the Regirock here. Okay, so he's just kind of ignoring the Focus Sash, which is honestly fine.
Yeah, not a bad play.
Like, he's gonna take a prize, and, I mean, yeah. Again, he couldn't KO the Carbink this turn anyways, so... He's saying, look, I'm just gonna take my prizes while I can, and...
Now, as Eric, do you risk throwing down another Pokemon for Matt to Lysander?
I think you have. I mean, I guess you can't do that right now.
Well, is that the Carbine break
Yeah,
at top?
So he's actually gonna put the Lysander on top. So he's gonna try to Lysander, survive a turn, and then use the Carbine break
So
on presumably Azara.
he does a love tap to Bronzong.
Yeah, he does 80, so he is able to actually two-shot this Bronzong, and Matt does not have a way to treat it in hand right now, I believe. I don't, unless that's an escape rope, I can't see everything in his hand right now. But he does still have the 2 metal links, and he's got Phantom Force's Bronzong. It's actually a fine way to deal with Carbine as well, as it does two-shot it. So he's probably not too worried about the fact that I can't shoot the Bronzong break, but he does actually have the escape rope as well. So he is metal linksing once.
AZing the Bronzong break.
AZing the Bronzong break. He's going to switch which guy is the break now. Now the one that floats on is going to be the break, and he is.
That is a great play. Gives him free retreat. Gives him the ability to Bronzong break again and break that focus ash.
Exactly. Yeah. He's well on his way to, I think, getting this game.
Now by doing that though, he does only have 1 metal links on the board, so he is slowing himself down a little bit by doing that.
He is slowing himself down a little bit, but it looks like what he's gonna do here, he's gonna break it. Yeah. So he's gonna Stardust a strong energy off. So that turns off focus sash, and then next turn we'll the metal links to his Bronzong break, and then hopefully hit energy to be able to get the one shot because Carbine does have 9 HP or so.
Great play by Matthew.
Great play, yeah. Gets rid of the focus, and if he just hits the metal energy, yeah. So he's gonna Lysander. That's what we're talking about. He's gonna try to Lysander stall turn, and then next turn he's gonna start trying to power up. He's gonna get the Carbine break and start to try to power up his Zygarde EX.
Now we did see, however, what we believe to be an escape rope in Matthew's hand, so he's not too worried about that Lysander.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's got this is one of the games where Matt's pretty much just had the answer all the way through, unfortunately for Eric. And he throws a Battle Compressor.
So just to thin out that deck to try to hit more energy. Or to even see if it's in there.
Get the bad cards out of the deck, like cards you don't need. Like
Lysander?
I'd say even Bronzong break. Level Ball,
yeah.
Ultra Ball. He's just going to get rid of 3 bad cards. Yeah, he doesn't need those cards anymore for the rest of the game. And there's no fear of him really decking right now either. So he's in a pretty good spot. So Eric's going to cut him, and I think Matt's just going to metal into the Bronzong break here and chill. And now next turn he's going to probably go for the win if he can hit our metal energy. As we do know, Eric does have Carbine break in his hand.
Yep.
So
and he's not, he doesn't have to worry too much about keeping that Genesect up there and waiting for the rope.
Yeah. So he was able to puzzle, and he did put the Carbine break as the second card. So now he cannot. He still needs another metal energy to actually be able to one-shot this Carbine break, or finish it off, I should say. And again, the Zygarde EX is a bit of an issue for him right now. He doesn't have a way to actually deal with it too well.
As he does play the escape rope though to get that Carbink out of the way.
Yes. Jump up Bronzong break. And I think he's going to be going for Stardust here again, potentially, just to get rid of that strong energy. And slow Eric down a little bit more. And again, he still doesn't have a great way to actually KO Zygarde right now.
No, but if he keeps these turns up with Stardusting and just Metal Linksing each turn, powering up the Aegislash, not a bad move. It's going to put some damage down.
And the other thing, too, here is with Aegislash.
And the Stardust, yeah.
He's still in Stardust, and he's going to start getting Aegislash going. He's going to Fury Belt Jirachi.
Hey, 10 damage, man. That's important right now.
He's going to do 20 damage to it. And
then
Matt finally ends Eric. So now Eric at this point. So Matt's feeling pretty confident about his path to victory right now. If he's ending him and getting
very risky move, getting 2 and giving your opponent 6.
Yeah, I was saying because Eric was still drawing completely dead. But again, I think that was the only sport he had, and he's giving himself ways not to deck either. And so he's got to be feeling pretty confident about his odds of winning if he's doing this. So now Eric is pretty kind of back in the game. He's gonna be Stardusted, which is not great, but he still doesn't even draw that well. I think I saw Karina though. Free Belt does 20, gets rid of the strong energy. Jirachi's protected. And now, Matt's just trying to give himself as many turns as possible to Metal Links.
And it will look like in Eric's hand, he does have a lot of energy. I believe he has a Karina.
I saw Karina for sure. I see a fighting Pokemon of some sort, and a basic fighting as well.
And what's sad for Eric right now is putting more Pokemon down is not really going to help him. Because Matthew being only 2 prizes down and having a Zygarde EX in the active, he's head on.
Yeah, this is the board setup you want if you're Eric. You want a Carbine break that's tough to deal with, and you want a Zygarde EX. You don't really need anything else. You can touch a basic fighting. I think so I think now if Matt dead draws off this, I think Eric can still win.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to heal 60 each turn. Matthew has to one shot it.
He's gonna be able to heal 30 every turn. And the other thing here that actually is kind of relevant is that again with the power cell, he can do 200 damage on one shot these free building things. Now it's a slow process; you have to discard a lot of energy to do it. But I mean, the deck is designed to do it. And Cellstorm is going to do 80 here, so he at the moment if he hits the energy next turn, he'll actually be able to one shot it with Land Draft. So, but at the moment he's only got a strong in his hand. So.
And this stops Matthew's plan to really accelerate that Egg Slash because now if he retreats it, if he somehow retreats it, he can't attack with it next turn.
And again, Eric will go hit basic fighting here, and he's able to play around Age of Slash and Jirachi right now. So we're seeing Maddie's again still probably a favorite here, but again, this Zygarde does change a lot of things here. As again, with only one Metal Links because he wanted to AZ it, he's constrained right now. His energy doesn't go wherever he wants it to.
Right.
But again, I'd still say he's a relatively heavy favorite, but he's still got to close the deal here. And
he's looking at that Bronzong break. He wants to attack with it, but he's got an Egg Slash in the active.
Exactly.
This is going to be a very important VS Seeker.
He's got a Burst Seeker for something. What we got here?
I mean, he can Sycamore. N would be a bad option.
He doesn't have any card built like that. He's just going to pass. And I think Eric top decked the fighting there? Yeah, he top decked the basic fighting, so that's huge. So he's doing 120. Not quite a knockout, but he does have a Karina, and I'm not sure if he plays a one of Muscle Land or not.
I mean, this is going to knock out the Egg Slash.
Well, he needs to do some more damage because he's only doing 120.
Oh, with Fury Belt.
Right. Yep. So, but he does have a Karina in hand, which means he should have access to a Megaphone or a Muscle Land if he plays these cards. He's got also Welfare Shimmer, which I find very odd because right now you're winning this game because he can't take any cheap prizes, and I don't.
With Bronzong Break having a few energy on it, that's really risky.
Yeah, that's really scary. Okay, so he hasn't played it yet. Could just be thinking stack. We'll see.
Did he Ultra Ball for that Shaman?
Yeah, he did Ultra Ball, so he is going to set up. So he is setting up for 4. He could just be ending and trying to make him dead draw again too. Again, he doesn't hit anything remarkably notable. He's got that Burst Seeker in hand, which he can use for N or Karina. Now he could. The other thing he can do is he could Burst Seeker for a Lysander and take out the Bronzong. No, we cannot do that yet because Bronzong will play. But he can take out the Jessup Gex and take 2 prizes if he wants. No, but he is going to ultra Karina here, which is what I thought he was going to do. So he's going to Karina for. Okay, his deck is pretty unimpressive. He's got a Burst Seeker, a Battle Professor, and a Red Dragon. Okay, so he's going to get the Red Dragon, and this will allow him to one shot. He'll pull at 210, which will let him one shot the Aegis/EX.
He's just got to survive a turn.
He's got to survive a turn, and
I do not see a VS Seeker though.
There's a VS Seeker.
Oh, is there?
One weapon there. He's also got. So he's going to get a Trainer's Mail.
I don't see the VS Seeker. Oh, there it is. He passed it right there.
And he's got Puzzle. He's going to get Red Dragon and Trainer's Mail, so he's going to be able to one-shot this Aegis/Slash with the Red Dragon's ability. So we are going to see him finally take 2 prizes. Again, I think Eric is arguably the favorite right now, as Matt really doesn't have a good answer to Zygarde EX right now. And Matt had a pretty overwhelming board position before, but it kind of just got whittled away because that card ranking just doesn't have a good way to interact with that card. So we're looking at Burst Seeker, Puzzle, and a Battle Professor, and a Zygarde EX. So his turn is failing. Again, I don't know. So he got the turn spell just thin the deck of it, I guess, because he's gonna be able to hit one turn. So both players bring on pretty good decks. They're showing a little light on resources, but he's gonna be able to draw some more resources out of the prizes, which also I think is notable. Like he's got more cards he's drawing right now because he's got prizes to take.
Very true.
So we're gonna see he's not going. Wait, why is he not? Okay, he's not. He's elected not to KO the Aegis/Slash.
I think he likes it being inactive because Matthew really can't do anything to it.
Yeah, okay, so he is. So he might be waiting for a turn to pick up a Shaman. So he might be trying to VS Seeker AZ and then KO it. Now, because he is scared of Bronzong getting that 4 energy. So, okay, he's just kind of going to take his time here and get rid of this Aegis/Slash. I thought he was going to get the Red Dark just go for the one shot, but he's just going to take his time here. And
you can see Matthew's really curious about where he should put this energy because if he puts it on Bronzong, it's just a great target.
Exactly. The other thing too is like you have to be worried is if you put on Genesect, you are very much risking it just being one shotted. Because again, power. I believe the card is called Power Cell. It does two. It's basically G booster for Zygarde EX. It does the same thing G booster does. It just does 200 damage and gets the KO. And that's something where you're playing the X's at the end of the game. You gotta be worried about that. Now, the thing is, Eric doesn't have many. And he's still got a decent amount of energy left, so he'll be able to redraw those energies. Yeah, okay, power memory. So it does 200 damage, discard 3 energy, and yeah, it's not, discard 3 energy is not fun, but like he's got enough energy in the deck where it's fine right now. And right now his win condition is looking like Cell Storm, Power Cell is what his win condition is right now. And again, at the moment, Matt does not have a good way to answer. And he's got AZ the Aegis Slash, so he's hanging around, but he's still just not doing anything. And again, that Jirachi's not. You can Jirachi for 20, and then and we'll see if that matters. But he's inching closer to being able to win this Bronzong break if Eric is not able to get
that. Definitely should have been 20 damage.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, Matthew does see it.
Guys, yes. I just got a text saying that a while ago Matt attached 2 energies one time. Anybody notice that?
I mean, he's metal linked every turn.
He's been metal linking a lot.
Make sure Brian Mike knows.
Yeah,